Hi, my name is Dilip Patel and I'm a tutor for the P5 and the F5 of the ACCA examinations. I also teach the CIMA courses and I've been teaching management accounting for over 30 years. I have a wide experience in teaching this across the world, not only just in UK and Dubai, but across Africa and the Far East as well. I am a course director of the CIMA courses in Russia, and predominantly management accounting has been my passion for all these years. The particular paper I would like to address to you is the P5 paper, which is the Advanced Performance Management paper, a paper on which the pass rates have not been excellent, purely because the examiner does set the questions at an advanced level, expects the students to rise to his level that is there. I shall mention a few things about this particular exam which are of interest to you. I think the first thing I ought to say to you is that often the answer to a question is in the question itself. Read the question and you will see what answer you ought to be giving. Particular problem with this paper is the timing. You need to spend enough time on each section and subsection of the question that is there. Too much time on one and too little later on is simply leading to disaster. And above all, really, one of the biggest problems with this paper is that students do not answer the verbs. The verbs are very specific. For example, evaluate or assess. The examiner loves these verbs. And if you don't assess something, you will not get the marks. The question says evaluate. Then you must evaluate it. I think that is the biggest tip I can give you on passing these papers. Timing, 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 verbs, 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 and presentation, presentation, presentation. It's incredibly important to remember these basic points even at this advanced level of the paper. There are very few new topics in this particular paper. There is a progression of knowledge required from the F2 to the F5 and to the P2, into the F5 paper. And really, the interlinking of this F5 paper with P3 is very good. Those of you who got solid background on P3, you're already on to a winner here. And I think that crossover of knowledge is very much required at the advanced level for you. The paper is long, it's in 2 sections, and my advice to you in the first 15 minutes is to read the section B. Don't even look at section A. In section B, then decide which question you're not going to do, rather than which one you will do. And once you've decided that, stick to it. 45 minutes per question, 1.5 hours in section B, and then move to section A of the paper. The way to read this question is really the key to this passing this exam. Question 1 is always very long indeed, and it will take you a monumental skill to read that. May I suggest even a very basic thing, that next to each paragraph there, just label and number the paragraph. Paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And you'll be able to break the question down into a smaller, manageable proportion that is there. Given the data that you have to handle, given that the timing with which you have to stick, you will need all the examination time that is there. I believe the paper is fair. You may not, but I think it is a fair paper. There is enough for you to get over the 50 marks and get you over the border. A bit more reading, a bit more broader understanding of each topic from above of the F5 would help you. Interlinking is what the examiner likes to do, and it is his words and not mine that you must justify your answer. No one just making a particular statement if you don't justify why you are saying that. So essentially, 3 things that you will need to be considering yourself with is timing, 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 presentation, 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 and answer the verbs. For this forthcoming exam, really, there are a few topics that probably jump out. I think the Mackenzie's 7S model is quite a good model, not yet been tested severely, and I ought to look at that one quite closely. Transfer pricing with some information system type thing, which assesses performance evaluations and performance measurements of it. Looking at some performance report, maybe with something like economic value added, or perhaps with some environmental costing in that. Consider the modern management accounting techniques of ABC and linking them to customer profitability and customer analysis itself. topics of this nature may feature in this particular exam, and you ought to be aware of. But last but not least, my health warning is you must cover the whole syllabus. Don't rely on the tips. You are a professional accountant. And all it remains for me to say to you is, I wish you the best of luck in the exam. Good luck.